Alrighty. Well, hi there, everyone. Thank you so much for coming to today's session on getting more out of performance management. We're blown away by the number of people who are just as excited as we are about enabling employees to succeed and advance. My name is Izzy, and I am the Marketing and Client Care Coordinator at LightWork Software, but I also handle a lot of our internal employee communication and wellness. I love working with my coworkers, and I want to ensure that they have the best work environment possible so that they can succeed not only professionally, but also personally. This webinar will go over so many valuable tools to set the framework for success, and I hope that you will find some great ideas to implement in your workforce and empower your employees. With that being said, I'm going to turn it on over to Morgan, who is my amazing coworker and also friend. You're up, Morgan.
Thanks, Izzy. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Morgan Lacey, and I'm an account manager for LightWork Software. And as Izzy said, we're excited to have you here today to learn how you can get more out of your performance management process. We hope you enjoy this quick but informative 20 minutes. Just a quick agenda here. I'm going to be discussing the strategy for an effective performance management process, as well as the importance of an action plan. I'm also going to review some tools that can be used to track and maintain performance and how you can develop and retain employees with thoughtful feedback and recognition. There are 4 parts of creating an effective performance management strategy: planning, monitoring, developing, and rewarding. I think we can all agree that going through any process without a plan can be chaotic. Planning for performance management requires leadership to understand what they would like to know about their workforce once they have the results of their reviews or surveys. A great way to start the planning piece is defining what you would like to determine with the results of the performance management process. Do you want to know things like who are your top performers, or maybe insight into company culture? Once you know what answers you want to get out of the review or survey, you need to understand what questions you need to ask to obtain them. The next step in an effective performance management process is monitoring. An employee's performance should be monitored year-round to provide an overview of the employee's efforts and accomplishments when participating in an annual review. Investing in the right tools to document and monitor performance management shows employees the investment their company has in developing and supporting them. Without employee performance being monitored correctly and regularly, employees and managers can struggle to provide a fair and wholesome review process when they don't have the information they need to reference. A performance management solution that allows employees to track and monitor their performance gives employees a chance to receive the recognition they deserve. The next step in the performance management strategy is development, which personally I think is the most important step. And when done correctly, can create a committed employee that is always working to bettering themselves. The first step to developing an employee is understanding what their strengths and areas of weakness are. This information gives insight into what leadership needs to know to help develop and support their employees. There are many different areas an employee can benefit from developing. So, when employees are struggling with things like communication or organization skills, it can affect their whole team. Identifying the employees who are struggling and providing them with professional development can build a committed and accountable team. With developing comes the last step of the performance management strategy, which is rewarding employees. Employees can thrive when they feel like they have a sense of value and appreciation. Documenting and monitoring their efforts is important, but acknowledging and rewarding their efforts gives focus to the employee experience, which promotes employee retention. Working through each step of the performance management strategy can empower leaders to develop and support their team. A great way to tackle the planning piece of the performance management strategy is by creating an action plan for each employee that includes goals and detailed tasks. Action plans that include goals can provide a clear picture of what an employee is expected to accomplish. To provide some structure to goal setting with an action plan, you can make them SMART, which just means that they're specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and include a timeline. When you provide details such as priority and due date when setting goals, it gives the employee the information that they need to be accountable when it comes to setting and maintaining their goals. An example of this would be setting a goal for an employee to increase their words per minute when typing. The goal should include a detailed task of increasing from 45 to 55 words per minute by the end of the second quarter. This gives the employee a measurable goal that is expected within a predefined time frame. Providing these details can help employees prioritize their goals and manage their time to accomplish them. When setting goals, it's important to review them with employees to ensure that the employee feels as though they have the knowledge and the skills to achieve them. And a great way to engage employees in an action plan is to review what their goals contribute to accomplishing the company-wide effort. Employees can thrive when they have a clear path to success. So, creating an action plan for each employee that includes attainable goals that contribute to the overall success of a company can really empower a workforce to be engaged and committed. All right. We just have a quick poll here for our team today. We are asking, does your team use SMART action plans? So we will give you guys just a few minutes to answer that, and then we'll look at the results.
We have about half everybody voted. Just going to give it just a couple more seconds here. Alrighty, I'm going to go ahead and close the poll. It looks like the majority said no.
Said no. Okay, well, that's something that might be beneficial to take back to a team, is just talking about what SMART goals are and how to use SMART goals in your action plans can be very beneficial to your team. So we appreciate everybody doing that with us, and we'll have a few more here for you. So we will move right along. Alrighty. The performance management process can be overwhelming to manage. With all of the moving parts and participants, the process can be slow and uninviting when done manually. LightWork Performance provides a platform that allows employees and their leadership team to accomplish their performance management process with ease. LightWork Performance supports annual reviews that help monitor progress and identify strengths and areas of weakness. Allowing employees and managers to easily access and participate in the performance management process can help HR delegate and manage the process without chasing people or paper. Another great tool on the LightWork Performance platform is journals. This feature promotes year-round documentation of employee performance, allowing employees and managers to track information such as certifications or disciplinary actions can give additional insight into an employee's overall performance. Being able to include details like title and type on each journal allows managers the ability to organize and track employee performance details all on one user-friendly platform. As I mentioned before, setting goals is a major part of an employee's action plan. LightWork Performance allows employees and managers to set personal and professional goals that can include detailed tasks. LightWork allows managers to set measurable goals for employees that include information such as the status, priority, and the due date of a goal. These details can give employees the structure they need to accomplish their goals. My favorite feature on the LightWork Performance platform is the ability to participate and stay in new hire surveys. I think it's so important to promote open communication for every position, no matter how long the person has been with the company. New hires can really benefit from having the tools they need to communicate any struggles or concerns that they have from the beginning. And a stay survey can give valuable insight into a company's culture from a long-time dedicated employee. Providing these avenues to communicate with leadership can create a sense of value and appreciation. Performance management can be more than just an annual review. With the right tools, the performance management process can help engage and support employees. Investing in the tools your team needs to track and maintain their performance shows an investment into the employee experience, which in turn promotes employee retention. All right, we have another poll here for everybody. Do you feel like your team has the tools it needs to track employee performance? And we'll give everybody a few minutes to answer that again.
Looks like we're about halfway again. Just going to give it a few more seconds for everyone. All right, I'm going to go ahead and close it. It looks like, again, the majority of people said no.
All right, well, again, that information is always interesting to us as people who help and support people through their process. And, we talk about the importance of those tools here today. So it's just always good to kind of know where people are at. Thank you, Izzy. All righty, so far we've talked about what strategies you can use to create an effective performance management process and the tools that you can use to accomplish it with ease. Now, once you have the results from the reviews or the surveys, it's important to know what your next steps are to use that information to develop your employees. Empowering managers to provide thoughtful feedback when working to develop employees creates an environment where employees are open to receiving regular feedback. A great way to provide thoughtful feedback is to make it goal-oriented. Including goals with feedback gives employees insight into what their struggles are, but it also gives them the next steps to work through those struggles. Goal-oriented feedback is forward-focused. This shows employees that their leadership team is invested in developing them, not just reviewing them. Feedback should be meaningful and be delivered with genuine intention. Thoughtful feedback starts with ensuring that you're looking to motivate employees. Though all feedback can't always be positive, it's important to make sure delivery of feedback has positive intentions. There are a few things that you should avoid when providing feedback. One of the most important things to avoid is unsolicited feedback. It can catch employees off guard and make them feel like they might need to defend themselves instead of being open to understanding what they might be struggling with. Another thing to avoid is providing feedback in public. This can really tarnish the relationship between a manager and an employee by creating a lack of trust and respect. We are all human, which means people make mistakes. And sometimes those mistakes can be very frustrating and can add stress to an already stressful situation. It's important in those moments where people make mistakes that the feedback isn't emotionally charged. Feedback is meant to be meaningful and focused on moving forward to help employees develop their skills and their relationships. Providing a platform where employees can receive feedback in a professional and timely manner can make all the difference when it comes to employees embracing the feedback. And showing employees the feedback that they're getting is meant to develop and support them can make your performance management process something they engage and participate in. All righty, one more poll here for us today. Do you feel like your company is good at providing constructive feedback? So we'll give everybody some time to answer that.
Got just about everybody answered. Just gonna give it a few more seconds. All right, I'm going to go ahead and close it. Again, it looks like the majority said no, but it's almost half and half.
Gotcha. Well, I'm glad there are some people out there that feel like they're getting, thoughtful and constructive feedback from their team. I just talked about how important that is, and the ability for employees to embrace that feedback when it is constructive and it is thoughtful and positive and meaningful. So hoping everybody eventually can say yes to that. So thanks, Izzy. Alrighty, so I think now more than ever, there's a focus on retaining employees. And a great way to retain a dedicated employee is to acknowledge and reward them for their hard work. When you show employees that their hard work is being acknowledged and appreciated, you create an environment where employees are not only confident, but they're also motivated. Acknowledging employees for reaching their goals can boost employee morale. So it's important to have the right tools for managers to easily identify when employees have reached their goals. Whether they're personal or professional milestones, celebrating them as a team can be a great way for employees to bond. And when employees connect and grow their relationship, it promotes a better collaboration in the workplace. Getting the most out of your performance management process can mean something different for every single company. But overall, it's important to know what answers you're looking for and what you're going to do with the information to help your workforce grow. When performance management is viewed as a tool to develop employees and not just review them, you can help your workforce engage in their own success. Thank you again for joining the LightWork team today. I hope you enjoyed your time with us and learned something new that you can take back to your team. We do want to open the floor to any questions our guests might have, so please feel free to put them in the chat. And while we're waiting for that, I just want to remind everybody to be on the lookout for our next invite for our webinar. It will be in September. Also, please go check out the LightWork blog. Izzy does a wonderful job of putting resources and things out there that I think everybody would enjoy. As well as, we will provide a link in a follow-up email if you'd like to schedule a time that works best for you to learn more about LightWork. Miss Izzy.
We did have one question. This webinar is recorded, so no worries. We will send out the recording afterwards, and it'll also be uploaded on our website and on YouTube as well, so you can watch it as many times as your heart pleases.
Perfect. Well, thank you, and we hope everybody has a great rest of their week, and please feel free to reach out to us if we can be of any assistance.